Oh, look at that front-facing camera video. So I was gonna grab my Sony A7 with my standard zoom lens, and the lens is at the shop, and I'm in my backyard. So none of that's gonna happen. So we're just gonna have to film off the iPhone. You're gonna have to deal with the bad audio, I'm sorry. But I'll speak very loud into the camera like many YouTubers do. So today I wanted to go ahead and talk about what's COVID done to a lot of people around the world. As of right now, there's people that have lost their jobs. There's people that started their own businesses on their own because of losing their jobs. There's people that are just flat out struggling and can't make the bills. It really opens their eyes to a lot of things that this country needs work on, or for many other countries as well, that we were not prepared for this. And regardless of anything saying, oh, this was, you could have catched it, yada yada yada, there was definitely ways you could have prevented this. There was definitely ways it could have been caught in time, or we wouldn't be in this extended lockdown. But besides all of that, people talking about wanting to extend it or to open it, there's a lot of mixed information regarding all that. And to be honest, I've read into all of it. I'm gonna go with the flow. People say open it because it's not doing it in effect. People say extend it because if we open it now, there's gonna be another wave of people landing into hospitals. So there's multiple points. Many of them make sense, many of them don't make sense. There's people having protests. It just doesn't make sense at all. To be quite frank, a lot of people I see protesting about COVID while wearing a mask. You're a moron. Unless it's some sort of symbolism, or I don't know, whatever you want to go for it. But regardless of all of that, let's talk about personally how people have gotten affected by COVID. And I'm going to go and start with myself. It's because I'm a YouTuber. YouTubers always do this. One thing I wanted to go ahead and say is that COVID has definitely affected my work. I went from having multiple jobs, multiple cars at one time. I was slammed, was living a very busy lifestyle where I just didn't even have time to breathe or sleep because I was always working, to a point now where I'm just kind of sitting around and just writing off my savings and whatever I get to get by with my shop and with my bills. And luckily I have a home where everyone here is an essential worker, including myself, that I can kind of in a way get by, but while many others are completely struggling. Some people are like, dude, you opened up a shop in the worst pandemic, yada yada yada. Yeah, but I had to get the shop regardless, because for what I got it for rent, for how cheap I got it, for where the location is at, it is really good, and it's one of the best shops I've ever came across for the price I got it for. And I'm not planning to leave that shop anytime soon. So that is the the video on this, is that COVID is definitely affecting me. I'm not making as much as I used to. I'm still making some money, but not as much as I used to. And I personally would hope that this blows over and we all go back to our normal lives, but a lot of things will not be the same, unfortunately. Not a lot of things will be as it used to be. And my lifestyle has completely changed from, being up early in the morning, going to the gym, going home and showering, going to work, getting off work, going to my next job, going off of my next job, going home, going to sleep, getting up routinely on a day-to-day basis. And then on weekends, I'd go out to San Francisco, or I'd go to, to Sacramento, or, I'd go out to the clubs here, and all that's going to change. I don't even have a gym. The gym's still not open yet. And so I just wanted to go ahead and make this video that I'm talking to you guys on today, on what this COVID pandemic has done to a lot. Now, obviously, I'm very lucky to be an essential business and to have family that's essential. So I'm not that deeply affected compared to many others. But for many others that are deeply affected and have lost their jobs and are struggling to get by with rent and not making it at all, I really hope the best for you, because it's just it's just such a difficult time, and it really shows there's a lot of things that there's a lot of loose ends in our system that could have prevented this, but at the same time we just couldn't prevent it. But you know, we could sit here and complain about what was not done, what was done, but at the end of the day, it's not like, you know, how it happens to us is how we handle it and how we get through it, regardless of the situation, regardless of who's behind the seat of the wheel and who's running this country. At the end of the day, we can forget all of that and just remember, how is everyone in unison going to get by and make it as a group of people to get by and to revive the economy, you know, not just in the US, but in many other countries as well. Just how we're going to get by, how we're going to get there. It's just, you know, when and how, it's just, we just got to be able to do it. And once we get there and we achieve it, we can just look back and think, wow, we were at that point where everything was shut down, businesses were going under, and well, I'm gonna sneeze. Allergy season, trust me, all the trees are making my life hell. I didn't take my allergy medicine. That was a critical error. So that's all, you guys. Thank you for watching this video. All I have to say here is, regardless of how this situation went down and how it wasn't prepared right, or whichever way you want to think, now's the time to see what you can do as yourself to better the situation, and for you to be able to go ahead and push forward and figure out new things that you couldn't do before. And as for me, I gotta go pick up a table, I gotta make a long trip today, and I gotta get a car running by the end of the day. That'll be in another video after this one. So that's all. And I've said it like countless times, and I'm gonna say it. Catch y'all later.